Hi, welcome to the Brook Chiropractic and Pain Institute. I am Dr. Wilson. Could I please have you quickly confirm your name and birth date for me? Yeah, first and last name, please. Okay? Perfect. Excellent. Sorry about that, that's just a procedural thing. I'll just pop this off to the side. Wonderful. Again, welcome. I see that you have checked in today under some mild neck and back pain. So let's talk about that really quick, okay? What do you do that you believe has caused you this pain? Oh, okay. Sure. Well, I imagine that would have you sitting in front of a desk typing a whole awful lot. Okay, so probably just posture issues from that. Any particular injuries, strains, sprains that you experienced recently or in the past couple of months that may be contributing to the pain? Nothing like that. Okay. So just the day-to-day hunching over the keyboard you think is contributing to that? Okay. Sure. No, that is very typical. We see a lot of office job patients who, their whole life is spent over the computer, getting, pain right in that area. So yeah, it's completely to be expected, especially given that I imagine that you're at your desk for quite some time. Okay. Got it. So 6 to 8 hours a day. Okay. Well, I'm going to start off with just kind of a rough examination, all right? And I don't mean that in the sense that I'm going to be, particularly rough. I just want to get a feel for, the tightness of the muscles, kind of where pain might be. So, are you okay if I, touch you just lightly over the clothes on the shoulders, back, neck region? Perfect. Excellent. Okay, so I'm just gonna start off feeling your shoulders. Okay, kind of the neck. Just getting a sense of where potential muscle aches might be located. Yeah, often when we're hunched over, so in an ideal world, no one would be at desks. We would all be standing, shoulders back, kind of head a little bit back and chin a little bit down. It's the ideal posture. However, we are not in an ideal world. We have to kind of make some adjustments. And with the office job, or with sitting down, you're a writer, so sitting down for long periods of time, the body begins to compensate for things kind of moving out of place in the spine. So you have to think of your spine, it's naturally supposed to be quite curved. And when you hunch, you're really starting to take the curve out of the spine in the neck. And the curve actually moves down to the upper and mid back. So that's why you get the tight feeling in that location. The body's in a position that it shouldn't be in. Okay. But it's the position that the body has had to adapt to. So the body feels comfortable when it's kind of in that position. But when you stand up, when you're moving around, when you're during the weekends, going grocery shopping, or you're sitting in a car in a different position, you're going to notice a lot of tightness. Even when you get home from a day at work, or when you get up from your desk and go to make a meal or something, you're going to notice a lot of tightness in those areas because now the body's having to really overcompensate. The spine is not in the correct position, and the muscles are going to get really, really tight. They're spending an awful lot of time more constricted than they should be. So then opening them up, standing up, stretching, it's going to feel like there's an awful lot of tightness, especially in the front chest muscles and the mid-back muscles, okay? So that's where the source of your pain is. And hopefully today we'll be able to maneuver everything back into place, resettle your vertebrae where they should be. And ideally, because really where the problem is when the bones move in the back, when the bones move in the spine, they start to interrupt the signals from the central nervous system, from your spinal cord to the brain. They're either going to be completely cutting off signals, which is bad. That's where you start to get numbness, dead leg syndrome. That's very dangerous. You are probably not going to be that case. It's just going to be uncomfortably constricting the nervous system, how it's supposed to be moving and flowing. Okay, the electrical impulses are being constricted in a fashion, and there are obstacles in the form of the bones in your spine where they shouldn't be. So we're going to reposition very gently today. Maybe a few more substantial adjustments towards the end. But I'm not really feeling, and this is good, I'm not feeling a whole lot of tightness in the mid and lower back, which is good. Your spine seems to be healthy down there. And do you sit with some sort of lumbar support? Well, that would do it. Okay, so you're at least in a more ideal position when you're sitting down with that area. So you're really going to have most of the problem be up here in the neck. I'm going to swing back around you for a minute. I'm just going to check the curvature of your spine, make sure we don't have any mild scoliosis of any sort. Ideally, it would have been diagnosed a long time ago by your primary care doctor or physician, but we never know. Sometimes they don't check, sometimes they miss it, so I'll just be a quick moment. As expected, you do not have any form of scoliosis, so this is good. We can eliminate one additional thing that we have to worry about. Now, before we get into the adjustments, I'm going to give you kind of a light but stimulating massage. Might get a little bit deeper in some of the more tense areas, so I'm just kind of mentally preparing you for that. And the reason we do that is because we really don't want to work on cold muscles. When you make the adjustments to the back, to the neck, some of the more aggressive neck adjustments that can be done, probably not in this visit for you, but later on in future visits if you decide to come back, and we certainly hope that you do. You're not just moving the bones in the neck, you're moving the muscles. And on cold muscles that are not prepared to move with that level of swiftness and aggression, you can cause strains, sprains, and really just another source of potential pain. And that's the last thing that we want to do. But I certainly do not want to be wearing this lab coat. It's a little bit warm in here for that while I'm doing the massage, which is a little bit more rigorous than just the initial kind of feeling out process. So I'm going to slip this off really quick. Now that we are all ready to go, I'm going to start just by working on your neck. And since we're just doing kind of the neck and lower back, neck and upper back rather, you don't have to lie down for this at all. You can just stay standing or stay sitting, and I'm just going to work around you if that's okay. All right? Perfect. Okay. Just working with a C shape, kind of along the shoulder muscles, the trapezius, all that good stuff. Perfect. All right. Good. Just to get it warmed up, get the blood start to flow, and make the muscle work a little bit. Over to the other side. Good. Good. Now, you may have heard of chiropractic care as, well, it's sometimes posited as some sort of miracle cure. Unfortunately, this is not the case. I'm going to move up to the neck. I'm just going to kind of use my thumb and kind of the palm of my hand to make those muscles work a little bit, okay? So it's not a miracle cure. People may say, it cured my headache, cured my restless leg syndrome, cured my chronic pain. And this is stuff that chiropractic care can do. I'm not going to deny that, because that's all related to the nervous system, okay? Overstimulation, understimulation, and adjusting the body so that the nerves are able to produce the proper signals and have those signals go to the intended location. Obviously, that's going to improve the pain situation. But it's not a one and done. Many people, they say, I visited my chiropractor once, I felt so much better I didn't feel that I needed to go again. This can be achieved if you then make the proper adjustments in your day-to-day life. With your posture, I'm just going to move around to the back if you don't mind. But you can just visit the chiropractor once, be set into the proper position, and then make the adjustments, but most people don't. So it's not a miracle cure because they're experiencing kind of the temporary, I'm just going to work on the lower back, or the mid back and upper back, okay? Just with the palm of my hand. Perfect. It's not a miracle cure, and they're experiencing the temporary effects. Everything's working well until the day-to-day wear and tear starts to set back in, and then suddenly everything's not. And they think that they've been scammed, when in reality, their chiropractor just didn't tell them how to make the adjustments needed to make sure that they're living a healthy life. So now that your muscles are nice and warmed up, and now that I've blathered on for far too long about the benefits of chiropractic and how to temper your expectations perhaps about what you're going to be experiencing here, we're going to make a few quick adjustments. These are going to be very mild because this is your first chiropractic experience. We're not going to be bring out any sort of slings. You see those YouTube videos of people having this sling wrapped around their chin and head, and the chiropractor pulls and everything pops all at once. That can be quite dangerous if not done by an experienced professional. I have not performed that technique. I am an experienced professional. I've been doing this for 14 years. But even I wouldn't quite trust myself, because that is a very advanced technique and it's very, very aggressive adjustment. We're going to be using nice and gentle adjustments just to ease the spine and ease the neck back into position. I'm going to give you a few quick pointers on how you can really see some results. Okay, so how you can maintain and then how you can improve your pain and posture, okay? Perfect. So, first adjustment. I'm going to come around to the back and we're going to do just some nice, easy stretches. You see already that I just adjusted myself, which is nice. Unintentional, but nice. We're going to do some nice, easy stretches side to side, okay? So, in fact, you know what? I said I was going to come around the back. I'm actually going to do it from here, okay? So just give me your chin. Perfect. And relax, okay? We're not going to be stretching you beyond the point that you're comfortable. All right, and one. And now over to the other side. Good. Okay. Now, we're going to go more of the side-to-side motion, okay? So, one, and to the other side, two. Perfect. I'm going to do that one again, because I think there's still a little bit of repositioning to be done. I have this hand on the back of your neck. I'm just making sure that everything's moving back into place, okay? So, same way, and then back the other way. Good. All right. How are you feeling? Any discomfort? No. Perfect. This will help you to really relieve some of that muscle tension. If you noticed any constriction in how far you could turn your head, this will really help to allow you to have a greater range of motion, okay? I'm going to come to the back. We're going to do a few quick adjustments. I'm going to put my arm over your shoulders, kind of just cradle the shoulders, and I'm going to push in a couple different places along the upper back, okay? Perfect. And this will really help to reset and move that curve of the spine right back up to where it should be, okay? Perfect. All right, so I've got my arm around you, and we're just going to make those adjustments, okay? So, deep breath in. Good. And breathe out. Good. And deep breath in again. A little bit higher this time. And breathe out for me. Good. All right, I'm going to move a little bit lower, okay? So deep breath in. And out for me, okay? Good. Okay. How's that for you? Feeling a little bit better? Good. You should really start to notice some improvement on that, okay? Now, we've done a little bit of range of motion with your neck. We've done some of the upper body and upper back regions. Are you feeling comfortable enough to let me do a little bit more advanced adjustments on your neck? Okay, good. I always start out slow because I know that it takes a minute to build up trust. You are giving me kind of permission to move your body in ways that it hasn't moved in a little while, okay? And for certain adjustments, ways that it has never moved before. So this can be a big step for you to kind of give me that control. I'm going to come around back, and we're going to do kind of that classic neck adjustment where we're not going to strain it, we're not going to stretch it, we're just going to move it to where it stops and then make the adjustment, okay? Just a little bit past where your current range of motion is. And this is really going to help open up the neck and help the nerves really start functioning as they should be. This will move the bones back into position, to the ideal position, okay? Perfect. So I'm going to come around back to you. All right. Okay. Does this feel comfortable? Perfect. First, we're going to go to the right. All right. And good. Breathe in for me. To the left. And breathe out. Good. Okay. Shake it off. Kind of, let yourself readjust. And give me a quick turn of the head, okay? Excellent. All right. So already your range of motion is really, really improved from where it was. When you walked in, it was, as you were looking around the room, pretty constricted, pretty tight. Already I can see you're sitting up a little bit straighter. Let's get those shoulders back, okay? I'm going to perform a quick adjustment. I'm just going to kind of roll your shoulders back, and then just a little bit more, okay? So first, on your right shoulder, or rather, my right, your left, okay? And good. And now your right. Good. Okay. All right. Isn't that better? Good. Okay. Perfect. Now, I've done the standard adjustments for your situation, okay? Would you like me to do some of the more exotic adjustments? I can do your hands if you're comfortable with that. Perfect. The chiropractor, a trip to the chiropractor should be equal parts fun, informative, and of course, relief. it should provide relief, okay? So, if you'll just give me your right arm. Perfect. And good. Good, 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 good. And the thumb. Just gonna massage it, and good. Perfect. All right, and your left hand? That wasn't too bad, was it? No. All right. Good, 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 good. And thumb. Just gonna massage it, and good. Perfect. All right. That one was just for fun. And that will help you. I mean, your writing, that'll just provide a little bit of relief for you. Just like giving your knuckles a really good crack. That's essentially what we just did. Just freed up the joints a little bit. Not a permanent solution, but certainly one that can help you when you go home tonight, okay? Perfect. But let's talk permanent solutions, speaking of which. You're a writer. Do you have a little bit of extra money? Could you purchase for yourself a standing desk? Okay. Okay. But you never use it. I'd recommend that you start using it. Sitting down, even in a chair that provides lumbar support, as yours does, it doesn't take away the urge to hunch, okay? When you're standing, you're more conscious of where the body is placed. And, having good posture, rolling the shoulders back, and making sure, obviously, that you have an ergonomic keyboard. You want to make sure that the wrists are supported, because that's a very common point where undue pressure is put onto the joints, okay? So, standing, the elbows down, monitors at eye level, you can already see this is a lot better than, hunching. It's almost comical, like when you do it like this, in a clinical setting, and I show the hunch, people always laugh. But that is what people look like on a daily basis. When I was still in school, before I became a chiropractor, when I was still in school for chiropractic, I worked at my father's practice. He's also a chiropractor. He works about 2 hours away from here, okay? So he had me doing some of the accounts receivable and accounts payable, some of the just random bookkeeping and everything like that. And I was working at a computer, and it was not a terribly well set up office. One day he sees me, I'm hunched over, I've got my elbows tucked into my sides, my back is hunched. They said, no. He recognized right away that that was not going to do. He got me a standing desk, and a few days later, the pain that I'd had, because I was experiencing a little bit of neck pain, that was gone. So, a happy ending to the story, and hopefully for yours as well. A good rule of thumb is to be standing more than you're sitting. So if you're working for 8 hours, don't be sitting for any more than like 20 minutes at a time, 20 to 30 minutes at a time. And for every minute that you're sitting, you should be standing for an equal or greater period of time, okay? And this will really help you develop a body consciousness. It will help you improve your posture just by thinking about your posture. If you use your standing desk more, and you're moving the monitors to eye level, and keep your keyboard in a more natural position so you're not quite as high with the keyboard, you're really going to notice some improvements, I think. And just based on what I'm feeling right now, I feel that everything has kind of moved back into place in the spine, your upper back, and into the neck area. How are you feeling? Good. Perfect. That is what we like to hear. Excellent. I would recommend a return visit once every couple of weeks, once every 2 or 3 weeks, until you really feel confident that what you're doing with the standing desk and some of the more ergonomic accoutrements for your desk are working. So initially you're not going to feel a whole lot of change, and it's going to be a little bit uncomfortable to be standing for so long. but training the body to be upright will pay dividends later down the line, because in 6 weeks from now, so 3 more visits, give or take, 3 or 4 more visits, you're going to really feel like everything has settled back into place. You're going to be pain-free, and more importantly, you're going to be able to do your job without feeling pain afterwards, okay? So that's really what we want. We don't want you to be dreading going to work, or dreading sitting down to write. We want you to be happy to stand up and write, because you're going to get a lot done, and then perhaps most importantly, you're not going to feel any pain, okay? Perfect. All right. The receptionist right at the front desk where you checked in is going to check you out, and I'm pretty sure with the insurance that you have, good. Perfect. This visit will be covered then, because it's for a new program that they've started. So not a dime is going to come out of your pocket, and we'll plan to see you in about 2 to 3 weeks, okay? Wonderful. Thank you again so much for stopping by, and if you start to feel any additional pain, don't be afraid to call us up, and we'll schedule you in for an appointment, okay? Perfect. Alrighty. Wonderful. Have a good rest of your day. Bye-bye.